What is like one of the major things you should avoid doing, full stop, if you are running a live service game? Well, you should avoid spoilers on future content, right? So you got to have everybody sign like NDAs. Developers can't leak that stuff. You got to keep it locked down, right? You don't want future playable characters, for example, to get out or for people to find that out. You don't want that to happen, right? And you should really like try to protect the data from data miners. Exactly. You should try very hard to keep information locked down. Well, that's why you should also really make sure that you don't accidentally miscategorize dialogue that happens dynamically while playing, such as what's happened with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, where apparently they made a bit of an oopsie. And after you finish the main story and you're doing some of the end game content, Brainiac will just casually talk to you and reference characters that are not playable right now as if they are in the party. Oops.
MC
Oops.
is now a member.
Thank you, Motive. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's a big oopsie. That's a big oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Yeah, so Mr. Freeze, Dr. Pepper, whatever his name is, he is rumored to be a playable character. Data miners have been suggesting this for a bit. And now, even hardcore players that are enjoying the game, good for them, that are not looking up leaks or data mine info or anything are coming across this dialogue that's playing out in the game where Brainiac just talks to the party and normally he's like, Harley, you can do so much better than that, and things like that. But now he's just apparently occasionally triggering a line of dialogue where he references Freeze, even though Freeze is not currently a playable character. So somebody made an oopsie and categorized this line in the game files as something that should be read off now and not in a future season, which, to be fair, is like 2 seasons out at least, where like, you know, the first season is Joker, that comes in March. So at least another season after that, maybe even more. It just goes to show you how much of this stuff is done ahead of time. So like they've already recorded all of Brainiac's lines for the first year of content, probably the first 2 years of content, at least. And they already have all those lines, and all those lines are already in the game files. They're already in there. So it's just a matter of like basically unlocking it and flipping the switch, and now that stuff happens in the game and unlocks. But they made this oopsie where now they have this. You don't know about the Flash leak? This is one thing, I guess, you know, people have been suspecting this for a while. I was saying that I don't think they're going to stick to their guns. They're going to do some sort of weird, it was all a dream, or oh, actually it's all part of a multiverse weird thing. And there's also stuff where like in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, there's a moment where Captain Boomerang cuts off the Flash's finger, but after that he's captured by Batman, taken to Brainiac, and the next time you see Flash, he has all of his fingers again. So I thought either that's an oversight, or it's just Brainiac healed him, or it's a hint that this is like a different multiverses version of Flash. I still don't think that changes anything, even if they like bring Batman back and Superman back and everything. It's all like, oh, everybody's fine. It was a different version. They still killed Superman. They still killed Batman. They still killed the Flash. They still pissed on the body of the Flash. Like all of this still happened, right? So I don't think it undoes anything. Like if people are thinking that it actually manages to do that. So like the Batman leak happened, and then Miller Ross, who's done a bunch of data mining, said, I didn't deny that this was real. I denied that you know the whole story and that the outcome from it is what you would expect since you're lacking context. I am correct. Argue with a wall. Dude, I trust you, but gotta stop keeping stuff hidden if you want others to. What is the missing context, even in vague terms? Tell us what is missing of the story. Spoiler alert, Flash regrows his finger. Superman survives a mortal blow from Wonder Woman, and they're genetically modified by Brainiac. This is stated outlined or outright in the campaign. True. And then beyond this, Miller reiterates none of the squad actually dying. Flash regoes the same, blah, 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 blah. And continues on that all of this is basically Control Z'd in the story in later seasons. Again, I don't think that changes anything. I don't think it changes the story. It's just like this person, Lucifer's Fairy. Suicide Squad briefly hurt the Justice League. That's all it really does. It just lowers the stakes. It almost makes the story worse because all that horrible stuff happened for no reason. Like it was just a waste of time. And so I don't think it changes much of anything personally. There was leaked audio of Flash after he is resurrected. Yeah, so they'll just like, I mean, if they just go the route of like bringing him back to life somehow instead of it's an alternative reality, that's stupid too. I personally am burnt out on all the multiverse stuff. I find it to be like super underwhelming and kind of lazy. It's like, oh, just control alt delete and then we do this and then we control Z that. And I find it all underwhelming. It lowers the stakes and the tension of the story personally. What would they even do with the Justice League being alive? Will we get to use miniguns, Superman and Batman fight the same boss fight again? Maybe. I don't know. I just borrowed it without telling you. I put it back. See, you still stole. Yeah, it's the same kind of vibe. Exactly. Brainiac not so brainy. But were there any stakes in the first place? At least if the characters die, there were stakes. Like, oh yeah, Batman was captured by Brainiac and Batman was turned and brainwashed, and so now Batman, you know, suffers those consequences, and so does the rest of Gotham and Metropolis and all of these places. Makes sense. There's stakes. If you just undo all of that, Control Z all of it, there are no stakes. It's all just for nothing. It's just for nothing. It didn't go anywhere. It was all just there to, I guess, piss people off up front for no real reason. Like, I don't know if they thought that this was designed to like make people outrage and try to ride the outrage to the bank, or if they honestly thought people would respond well to it. I just genuinely don't really understand what the thought process was. It makes me think they actually thought that players would think this was like funny, or like the stuff with Flash with Boomerang pissing on him would be met with laughs and giggles, which should tell you a lot about the writing staff. I mean, if they thought that that was going to be funny. If Batman had Wonder Woman part in the game, I think the game would have been mid at least. I think if they had treated him similarly, yeah, if he had died like heroically or more heroically, that would have quelled a lot of the concerns. Like, the writers can do whatever they want, and that story can be valid and robust in the world in which it's set, but players can still dislike it. That's fine. Like, I think The Last of Us Part 2, there are pacing issues and stuff, but I think as far as killing off Joel and putting the perspective with like Abby and flipping the perspective around, I think that that's a cool idea. It's a cool concept for a game. But when it's with a beloved character, you should not be surprised when people don't like it and when people are pissed off. It's not a shock. He took my thing.